Okay, dead end. I'll bite. What's wrong? It's raining. Okay, so it's raining. Nobody likes the rain. What's the big deal? It's probably acid rain and is going to rust me. It's probably just rain. We're doomed. We're probably not doomed. It's just rain. No, we're doomed. You know, Dead End, you're hopeless. Huh? Huh? See what I did there? Dead End, hopeless? You're not funny. I'm kind of funny. No, you're not. You're not funny. You're hopeless. You're hopeless! Okay, welcome back to the channel, and Dead End and I have come to a little agreement. He's not going to insult me, I'm not going to insult him, and we're going to do a GotBot true review of this guy, Deluxe Class Combiner Wars Dead End. And as always, I am your host, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot, and I'm going to ask you as usual to check me out across social media, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, all that stuff, and check out Machinery of Man, check out The Everything Factor, and anything else that comes down the pike along the way. We're going to talk about Dead End in terms of our usual measurements of posability, playability, paint apps, and transformation. So let's start off with the paint apps. Honestly, I love the paint apps. I think he looks great. I want to give him a 10 for paint apps because I love the shade that's used for the maroon, I guess. I like the orange accents on his legs and on his arms. I love the gray. I love the head sculpt. Absolutely, positively love the head sculpt. But I'm going to have to give it a 9 because it's not quite show accurate. It just, it is what it is. The chest should be more silvery than this maroon color, and I think the Unite Warriors version is more accurate, but honestly I like the paint scheme better. Let's split the difference. Let's give them a 9.5 for paint apps. I think they look fantastic on them. You know that it's Dead End, but I think they look a bit better than animation accurate. Posability, playability, in robot mode, he's a 10. Let's take this thing off for now and this thing off for now, and we'll get to it. He's a 10 because of the fact that he has head articulation that goes left and right, up and down a little bit. Arms go around 360 and go all the way out. A nice, greater than 90-degree elbow bend right there. That looks good. Ratcheted wrists. A lot of people have mentioned this. I don't know why he has them either. Nice waist swivel. Nice deep elbow or knee bend, swivel at the thigh, nothing at the feet, but that's just because of transformation. It's hollow underneath because they kind of fold around. It is what it is. In car mode, he's good. He holds together great. I don't find he rolls excellent because there's virtually no clearance underneath. Leg mode, he's okay, and arm mode he's okay because I find that his legs are supposed to peg together and I don't find they really stay together there. Look, I mean, they just, I don't know, they don't stay together the best. So overall, posability, playability, I'm going to have to give him a 7. Not because he's bad either way, but because there are little tolerance issues that mean he don't hold together perfectly. And honestly, Menasor can use all the help he can get to be stable. So it is what it is. So far, 9.5 paint apps, a 7 for posability, playability, but that's considering across everything. And we're going to take a look at it now because we're going to look at transformation up next. And the transformation isn't hard. Again, it's a matter of the tolerances. Let's start out with the easiest part. Just straighten out his arms, and they look like that when you straighten them out, and you fold in the fist right there, and you fold in the fist right there. You know, arms pretty much done. We're going to put him in arm mode first, by the way. Now, to put him in arm mode, I guess officially you peg his legs together, you know, you turn them, and a lot of times the arms are shown in like this, and you take this thing. By the way, this is another hand-foot gun. You know, there it is as, well, here it is as a gun. Here it is as a foot. It looks alright, I mean, it is what it is. And you flick out the fingers, and this can be a left or a right hand depending on how you want it to go. And anyway, as I was saying, you put them together. The arms kind of officially go like this, and the back piece comes up, and you sort of flip his head back, and you flip out his combiner peg right there, and you put this in, and boom, there he is in arm mode. You know, and he looks, well, I guess we can put that up. He looks good in arm mode. You can even, you know, again, if you want, you can sort of flip that all the way back. It's really up to you how you do it. Personally, for the arms, I like to bring them down and angle them back like this. Bring down the shoulder and angle it back like this. You know, that's just me. There's a lot of leeway with what you can do, you know, in a lot of these modes. Also, because it's supposed to be a car on the shoulder, I personally like to bring this section sort of up like this, just so it's kind of hanging off the shoulder. And again, if you turn them the right way, you can have the double bend there at the elbow to give him a nice deep elbow. You know, there's a shoulder piece, right? It is what it is. But again, I don't find that the legs stay pegged together particularly well. The lower legs, I don't find they stay together particularly well, and I think that hurts him a little bit. By the way, I already talked about the hand-foot gun. He comes with this melee weapon. It's a pipe. I think that that's okay. I don't know why it's, you know, I wish this was straight so that it could at least look like a blaster. This way it kind of has to be a melee weapon. I don't really like melee weapons, but if you're going to have one, I think that's the one to have. So, again, putting them back in robot mode, we straighten them out, we split the legs, you know, we bring up the shoulders, basically. We bring forward the chest and peg it in on the front here. There's two little gray pegs up underneath here, and they go into two slots here on the chest. And you bring back the roof piece, and you bring down the hood. And of course you would flip out his wrist, but we're going to put him in car mode next, and then leg mode last. So putting him in car mode, again, you unpeg the chest, and you bring up the back section, and you kind of just leave it all like that for now. You bring down the arms, excuse me, and you peg them in on the side, but they'll kind of naturally push in there. There is a I guess a proper way for them to peg in, but they'll kind of naturally go there, and you'll get the feel of how it looks. And there you go. You kind of got the center of the car already. The legs you want to open them out and open them out, and you might say, wait, if you were to bend this up now, sure, that's not going to work. That's because you need to turn him at the waist. And when you turn him at the waist, you can take this leg and fold it up, and then fold the other piece down. Now, for this one, you need to fold this piece up like this, because it's going to become the tailpipe. And you'll do the same thing. You're going to fold it in over, and you're going to fold this down, and then the two legs in the end peg together in the back, like so. That leaves the front of the car and I guess the windshield. You bring down the front of the car, and his headpiece kind of folds up, head and chest piece kind of folds up underneath there. This can be a little wonky to fit in. See if I can show it, and I don't know if I can. Okay, there's a peg, a little peg here, and a little peg over here, and they're basically going to fit in. But you do have to sort of finagle it a little bit, I find. You're going to push that windshield down, and there you go, boom, dead ending car mode. It's pretty fluid and it's pretty intuitive, so I like that. The melee weapon that can stick on the side like so, I guess like some sort of a weird side tailpipe. Here's the weakness for this mode. The hand-foot gun, you turn it into a gun, and really the only spot to put it, I mean, you could stick it on the side, but it's going to be down way too low. And by the way, in robot mode, that does not stay in the shoulder. See, it just falls out. There's no tolerance for this peg in this hole, which becomes the shoulder. The only other option is the hole on the roof, and you can, you know, if you think that looks cool, or I guess if you wanted to turn it around here or there, look how good that looks. That doesn't stand out at all. The paint apps again look brilliant here. I love the maroon. It's nice and shiny. I love the silver on the headlights. I love the orange stripe. I even love the slightly off kilter, I guess, Decepticon symbol. You know, guy's just cool. And underneath, you don't really see any robot kibble. It packs away very nice and compact. So there you go. That's pretty much him in car mode. And you know, he rolls, but I feel a resistance. He doesn't roll like a champ. Next, we go into leg mode, I guess. For leg mode, you open up the legs again. And you're really only doing... Actually, you don't need to open them up again. My bad. My bad. For leg mode, all you need to do is get the windshield piece out. And you do have to root at it a little bit. I find it's easiest to do it from the sides than trying to do it from the hood. You will take the hood piece and bring it back and flip up, you know, his head piece to have it out of the way, and flip up the, if you can do it, because it is rough with this guy. Or I find it's rough with my version of this guy, to get his combiner port out. Let's see. Let's see if I can get this combiner port out. There we go. There we go. Combiner port out. You know, that would be his knee. And again, you take the hand-foot gun, you straighten it out to make the foot, and you put it up and under. As far as this piece goes, you know, you can leave it up in front as a knee piece. I personally would fold it all the way down. Some people don't like this chunk here, but I find that if you want, again, animation, accuracy, a lot of people turn the vehicle around like this and have the legs showing this way. Personally, I say just flip this piece down front, and it's close enough, it's good enough. You'll notice that the legs there kind of split apart a little bit. Again, like with an arm mode, his legs don't hold together fantastic. It's okay, you know, I mean, you just got to kind of keep an eye on it. It's okay, but honestly, when it comes down to leg mode, I think that this guy wins. And speaking of having, you know, this guy here, off-road, I already done a video of off-road where I didn't show his collector card, and it's beautiful artwork. You can see the kind of blue teal on his thighs. You can see the gray. You can see the red on his chest, the green on his face. He has his battle axe thing. You can even see the red on the doors. Looks great. And I did not show Blackjack's collector card. If you're into the collector cards, he's mostly black or a really dark gray. You can see the purple on the legs and the top of the head, the gold on the face, and over here on the arm, and down on his knee here. Again, it's a nice piece of art. It looks good. It's a little bit dark, but it looks really good in hand. And since we're on topic, here is Deadend's collector card. And I find Deadend's very interesting. I don't find it really looks like the figure that we got. I find the chest is that silver color as it's supposed to be. The head sculpt looks different to me than what we got. I mean, it has a face. It has a face, and it's not supposed to have a face. If anything, I think the head sculpt looks more Wild Rider-ish, but it's nice artwork. It's just, you know, the tires up on the shoulders, the figure don't have the tires on the shoulders. I don't think it's really reminiscent of Deadend, of the figure that we got. You know, it is what it is. Anyway, in the end, you know, we have two legs here. I think that Off-Road pulls it off better. He is more secure. I don't feel like he's going to come apart. I feel like this guy's going to come apart. So for transformation, I'm giving a 10. He's easy to transform. I mean, even now as I'm talking to you, I'm going to put him back in arm mode really quick, or at least my arm mode, because I plan to use him as an arm, since that's what he was in my recollection of my growing up. Overall score for this guy. Well, we have a 9.5 for paint apps. We have a 10 for transformation, because, you know, he is pretty fun and easy to transform. And we have a 7 for posability, playability, because of some of his issues. You know, it is what it is. Overall score, I would say overall this guy's an 8. I would say he's an 8. You're going to enjoy him, but don't think he's going to all of a sudden probably become your favorite. And this mold has been used a bunch of times, and I find, honestly, there are different tolerances for different versions of this mold. And you would think that the original version would have the best tolerances, and he doesn't have the best tolerances. It's, you know, or at least I don't think he has the best tolerances, and maybe that's just me. Anyway, an 8. An 8. Not a bad score overall, I suppose. Hey, Deadend. What? Do you feel any better now that you've been the star of the show for a bit? Not really. Why? 2 reasons. Okay, well, what's the first? You only gave me an 8. 8's not a bad score. You could have been a 6 or a 4. And my arm just fell apart. Oh, let me fix that for you. Better now? Little bit. Can I have my pipe? This thing? Sure. Luckily, there's a hole on your arm that can peg into and hide away, so nobody really needs to see it. Anyway, this has been the latest part in the Menasor series. Let's move on to the next part and look at, well, this mold again with a different paint scheme, because we're going to take a look at the online exclusive version of Breakneck. For now, I hope that Deadend's feeling better, and I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time inside the video.